Hello there, Brick Fanatics. Well, surprise, surprise, we've finally got physical LEGO Fortnite. I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth who was not expecting this at some point in 2024. But, surprise, surprise, this initial lineup of sets is actually pretty good. Huh. Apparently the LEGO Group can do a new solid launch for a video game tie-in when they feel like it. Like, no shade or specific names mentioned, but the LEGO Group isn't always particularly egalitarian when offering sets based on video games lately. It's becoming increasingly apparent that video games are where the money is when it comes to brand IP partners for the LEGO Group to work with. For a long time, LEGO has struggled to compete against gaming, and definitely seen video games and tablets and different electronic media as being a direct competitor to their products. And so apparently they've adopted the strategy of if you can't beat them, join them, and that seems to be working out very well. Where some recent video game LEGO sets have felt a little bit half-hearted and non-committal and also very, very overpriced, LEGO Fortnite has been done very well here. We've got a smattering of new sets that all hit different price points, different sizes, and different age groups, and that means that there's basically something for everybody here. It seems like it was just that easy. The LEGO Group put the right people in charge of this and decided to actually commit to a new theme, and it looks pretty brilliant. I think the frustrating thing about this is that we don't get this for every brand IP partner that the LEGO Group works with. I know that in some cases, like you've got the Dune LEGO set where there was only ever really going to be one set anyway, but when it comes to things like... Alright, I'm going to have to name names. When it comes to Zelda, it could have been that we got a selection of LEGO sets very similar to Fortnite that hit different points for collectors and for fans and for different ages of people who wanted to play with these LEGO sets. But instead they gave us one big LEGO set that was meant to serve multiple purposes for different demographics within that community, and at a price point that meant that most people are going to be unable to actually purchase it. With Fortnite, on the other hand, if you've only got pocket money, you can definitely pick up a little LEGO set. If you've then got a little bit more money, you can look at the Battle Bus or at the kind of Peely statue, which is brilliant and deliberately aimed at a slightly older audience again, meaning that there's something here no matter how much money you have to spend on it, whether you're going to be dropping a significant amount of money or whether you're just going to be picking something up for, say, either yourself or as a present for somebody else. Like, it's actually accessible for kids on Christmas morning, and frankly, that's the least that we should expect from LEGO. What's more, these LEGO sets are not just catering to a diverse range of different age groups and levels of financial security, shall we say, they're also catering to people with different levels of interest in the Fortnite lore and the general mythos surrounding these games. For example, if you're just a casual fan of Fortnite and you just want to add something from these games into your personal LEGO collection, then you might look at, say, the Durrr Burger or the Llama and go, ah, I recognise that thing, that'll be perfect to add to my display. Whereas if you're really, really into this, you're going to be looking at that Peely statue or you're going to be looking at the Battle Bus and you're like, ah, I see what they've done there, look at all these cool little Easter eggs and references. This is good, it's broad enough that everybody can look at this and see something that is distinctly Fortnite, but it's detailed enough that for people who are really into this, if you zoom in closely enough, you're going to see some extra little details that just make this feel all the more alive and fresh and exciting. And yes, of course, they could always go further with this, and there will definitely be people who are disappointed that X, Y, or Z is not included in these sets, but at the same time, this is the first wave of these sets. This is not going to be the entire theme. We are definitely getting more of these things. I mean, I don't know that for certain, but I don't think they're going to stop here. I'm really sure that we're going to have more LEGO Fortnite. Again, this comes as distinct from Zelda, where you would hope that there's going to be more LEGO Zelda, but with Nintendo involved, you can never really be sure that they're actually going to give people what they want. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made the Deku Tree in this particular form in the first place. Right, let's have a look at these sets. So, 77070 Durrr Burger is a brilliant place to start because, well, it is just an absolutely brilliant set that is going to be one of those iconic, recognizable things from Fortnite for a lot of people. With 193 pieces and priced at £13 or $15 or euros, this is the cheapest of the sets, the smallest of the sets, and by far the one that is going to end up in the most stockings come Christmas. It's a nice little easy to pick up set, and if you're just looking for something small from Fortnite to build out of LEGO, then this is definitely going to be a brilliant place to start. But there's a little bit more going on here if you know your Fortnite lore well enough. So I'm not going to go into the whole of the history of this in particular detail, but just very, very briefly. So at one point in the story of Fortnite, the Durrr Burger from the sign from the restaurant in the game was teleported through a rift in space and time into the real world, where it appeared in the desert, and a bunch of people went, "What the heck is this doing here?" Which is quite fun, and it does mean that this is not the first time that the Durrr Burger has been made, not flesh, that would be gross, but like real and physical and tangible in the real world. Next we have 77071 Supply Llama. This one quite a bit bigger, 691 pieces, $40 or euros or £35. So it's a bit chunkier and it's a bit bigger. It's difficult, I think, for a lot of these pictures to get a sense of scale between these different sets, but just think of this one as being a little bit more substantial than the Durrr Burger. You're getting a little bit more here, and of course, because of that, there's room for a few more little references to materials and gear that you can get in the game. Specifically in terms of gear, we've got the Good Luck Charm, the Grappler, Slap Juice, Slurp Juice, one of the backpacks that appear when you die, Dynamite, and a Rough Ruby. And in case you were curious, the icon on the side of the llama is a chest. Essentially, the LEGO group has not gone, right, we're going to make the llama and then we're done and move on. They've specifically gone to the effort here of putting in the little references and making the gear tangible in a way that is definitely going to be appreciated by fans who are looking to pick this LEGO set up, because this kind of detail is always appreciated, because the whole point of having LEGO Fortnite is that we finally get these Fortnite icons in brick-built form, in LEGO form, in a way that they can interact with all of the other LEGO that we own. And it is just delightful for the LEGO group to be focusing on that now in a way that they haven't always traditionally managed to do with some of these tie-ins. In terms of target age demographic, the Durrr Burger is for 9+ and the Supply Llama is for 12+. So these sets are going to be enjoyable for everybody, but they're specifically designed to be accessible even to younger LEGO fans. With the Peely Bone statue, we are getting something entirely different. We are getting an 18+ LEGO set, and that means a higher level of detail, a more complex build, and something which is clearly a lot more aimed at just being a display piece rather than something that you would be kind of waving around the house and actually playing with. That is not to say that the Peely Bone statue will not be used as a plaything, because absolutely some of the people who are going to get their hands on this are going to be significantly younger than 18 or are going to be older than 18 and just big kids at heart anyway. And so this is definitely still going to be played with. But it's clear that the approach here is very similar to a lot of the other more display-oriented 18+ sets that we've had in the past, rather than something which is purely intended for play in the way that the Durrr Burger or the Supply Llama are more intended for a bit more rough and tumble. 77072 Peely Bone then is made up of 1,414 pieces and costs $99.99, €99.99 and £89.99 at retail, which is, well, that's actually a decent price for especially a licensed tie-in set, especially at this kind of size. Like, I'm not really complaining about that. They've gone above and beyond here, I feel, in making these sets just a little bit more affordable and a little bit more comfortable than certain other tie-ins or licensed sets that we've had in recent years. Yet again, for anybody detail-oriented, this set delivers in terms of gear that Peely Bone has got on him in this particular statue form. For example, the skin's matching pickaxe has been included. We've also got the banana bag back bling and a paint launcher. Now, these first three are absolutely brilliant LEGO sets in their own right, but let's be honest here, the main event, the star attraction of the lineup is the LEGO Battle Bus, because this is all anybody has wanted from LEGO Fortnite since before LEGO Fortnite the game was actually announced. Intended for a 10+ audience and made up of 954 elements, 77073 Battle Bus set is going to cost £90 in the UK, $100 in the US, and €100 in the EU. This makes it the exact same price as the Peely Bone statue, but something tells me that even though the Peely Bone statue has got a lot more elements in it, the Battle Bus is going to sell significantly better. That 10+ age rating is important because it means that basically anybody who is a fan of LEGO Fortnite, no matter what age they might be, is going to be be able to get something out of this set. Some people might want to put it on display and have it in a lovely display case, and some people might want to just mush it up and play with it and get all the minifigures involved and just have a whale of a time with it. There is no right way to engage with this set, but I think you're going to have an awful lot more fun if it's not in the display case, if you catch my drift. Last year I was lucky enough to attend a special reveal event for the LEGO Fortnite game in New York City, and I remember there was a fascinating event for a lot of reasons. For example, I learned there that apparently the LEGO Group and Epic Games had bonded over their shared love of child safety within games, which, okay, and then also Eric Williamson was the creative director for LEGO Fortnite and had worked on Fortnite for a long time before that, and he was just so excited to meet the LEGO fan media in a way that you don't normally get at these events, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, nobody at McLaren, for example, was coming over and shaking our hands and being like, oh, I just love LEGO, what's your favourite LEGO set? Mine is this. Talking about how, like, oh, I got to see some cool stuff when I went to Bill and they've not shown anybody else, like some cool coloured LEGO bricks that we got to play. Like, his enthusiasm was just so infectious. He was so happy to be able to play with LEGO in Fortnite space. Also at the event we heard from Julia Golden, who's the LEGO Group's Chief Marketing Officer, and she was again talking about how excited the LEGO Group were for partnering with Epic Games, and was surprisingly open and candid about how the partnership came about and how the two companies were working together, and how LEGO Fortnite the game was not necessarily going to be the last that we saw of that partnership, which I think would probably suggest that these LEGO sets were in development at that time. I would almost be certain of it. It's just fascinating that every now and then the LEGO Group just throws a bone and just does something really well, and it looks like the partnership here between LEGO and Epic have worked out so well that they have done some fantastic LEGO sets, which I feel like everybody's going to see something here that they can just really sink their teeth into and be actually very happy with, which is not necessarily always the case for a lot of the brand IP partners that the LEGO Group has been working with recently. They've been very selective and also just kind of hedged their bets a lot, and will give us like one LEGO set for a particular IP and see how that goes before then committing to more of them. And clearly here we've already seen the exciting popularity of LEGO Fortnite the game, and even committing to that right off the bat. Clearly the LEGO Group were like, this is going to be big for us, and so they're just throwing all of these cool LEGO sets at us and just actually giving us what I think LEGO fans would really love for all of the LEGO Group's brand IP partners, but clearly that's just not going to happen. I would really hope that the LEGO Group can learn from this and can actually realise that this is what LEGO fans want in general when we see the LEGO Group partner with someone new. That we would like to have more than just the one set, we would like to have a variety of different things so that we have the option of choice, and we would like for them to not be so prohibitively expensive that people are just priced out of being able to pick them up, even though they're a really big fan of both LEGO and whatever IP partner the LEGO Group is working with. That all being the case, let us know your thoughts on the new LEGO Fortnite sets down in the comments, and make sure that you do all of the rest of the YouTube things by giving this video a thumbs up and hitting subscribe and the notification bell. If you're going to be purchasing any LEGO in the near future, make sure that you use the affiliate link, which is down in the description, or the QR code that is currently on the screen, which will take you straight to the LEGO website, but will give us a little bit of the percentage of your sale. Like, it won't actually cost you anything extra, but it'll just help to keep the lights on at Brick Fanatics. Make sure that you go to brickfanatics.com for a way more coverage on LEGO Fortnite and on all things LEGO, and make sure that you sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you very much for watching.